Well, it would appear that Ted Cruz has lost a fight and with Obamacare, and that could have been a major point as to why the government was going to go into a crisis beyond what was going to be for just shutting down. But it could have been a major battle. Overwhelmingly, they overrode Ted Cruz's opposition about removing the language from the Obamacare, repeal Obamacare, defund Obamacare, but it's probably going to continue where um, I think the fight is actually going to continue. I think it's going to be an ebb and flow. It's just a hunch, but it's probably going to turn out that way. In other words, there was a big crisis, yesterday when everybody was talking about, oh, they're going to defund Obamacare. Now it looks like the crisis is over with. I still have a hunch that there's going to be a crisis coming up in October with the budgets and like what's going to be happening for raising the debt ceiling. Because if you look back historically, look at what happened with Moody's. Moody's has actually warned about them keeping things under wraps and holding with a strict budget and not just raising the debt ceiling every time carte blanche. And I know Moody's is pretty much owned, but the thing is, it could be that the world will start turning away from the dollar. It could be, you know. It's right now. It looks like it's fairly safe for them to play this kind of maneuver because of the problems with, the euro. The China has problems. India has problems. Other emerging markets have problems with their currency. So the yen has problems. So the dollar looks pretty strong anyway. But still, there's a limit to how much they're going to be able to push this. Now, Obamacare is pretty sneaky. It's a matter of it's going to come in first year. It's going to be one expense, and then it's going to go up. It's 2014. It's going to be one expense. 2015. It's going to be another thing, another payment. Then it's going to hit the full force of it in 2016. It's like it's going to be law, but people aren't going to be complaining too much because they're going to ease you into it. So if they hit it right away, everybody be bitching right away, money wise. So that's what it looks like. Anyway. Well, it looks like I got a lot of friends in Islam or some kind of garbage. And, I'm going to say one thing to warn people about uploading in my videos. I don't stand for that kind of garbage. When you upload my videos and you voice over your trash on it, I'm not standing for that kind of garbage. So, I don't know. Do whatever you want. But, like I said, I don't put up with that shit. But, I've been realizing just how peaceful, quote unquote, Islam is, which I really realize it's not. But, I'm going to state this in the silver video. I'm always going to remain an infidel. I'm never going to convert. And I know that makes me the bad guy, but I really don't care. It's like, I'm going to do my own thing, and that's what it is. It's the United States of America. It's a free country. It's a concept alien to some people, but that's what I stand for. And but getting on with silver again, I just have to remind people that one of the best things you can say about silver is like if you have your money outside the system per se, this unfair tax that's coming about by Obamacare could actually make it better for you because it's money they don't know about or whatever the hell you might say. You might say that, right? Because because Obamacare is going to be taxed upon your income, and say silver goes up to 2014 or 2015 or 2017 or whatever, and you make whatever, it's going to be all upon your income. So it's money you have that's outside the system per se. You'll have it's almost like owning artwork or whatever it is. It's hanging on the wall or whatever. The artwork is now worth double or triple or whatever sometime in the future. They're not going to tax you on that because it's just something you hold, right, for the crisis that's going to come up eventually. Because Obamacare is probably going to break the entire system, eventually. eventually. It's a shame that they got this thing passed and all this kind of garbage, but the doctors for being so greedy and stuff like that, they're probably still going to make money and stuff, but it's going to be a new scam and a new game, and it's going to create a major bureaucracy, and you're probably not going to get as much health care. That's obviously what's going to happen. But as far as the actual crisis being totally alleviated, I don't think it's totally over with yet. I think it's actually in October you're going to see something come about. I keep thinking back to that George Soros bet, and the guy's smart. He's not making a bet for like a year from now, 2 years from now. I keep repeating myself about these 6 Hindenburg omens, but it looks like, and if the emerging markets are crashing, Japan's doing super QE and they're still not really exporting as much as they want to, even with super QE, because that's the whole idea behind super QE with Japan. Chinese looks like they're not done crashing again still. And Europe is still in the doldrums. I can't see where the numbers are coming out that the industrial output and GDP in the United States is that good. I think the numbers are a bunch of garbage, to tell you the truth. I really do. So it's like, I don't know I know what's holding up the markets. The Fed is just going in and they're buying up securities. So, and Goldman Sachs actually said, per se, Goldman Sachs, and this is interesting because they stated that, and it's true though, they stated that you really should root for a government shutdown, because what it's going to mean is that they're going to do a lot of QE. They're going to do stimulus like crazy. They're going to go into the markets and buy up the securities and equities and all this type of stuff and push everything sky high again, because that's the only option they would have, because they just can't let it fall. So you'd actually, as an investor, you'd be doing good, and that's going to help out your silver and gold. But what I think, like I kept saying, we have the ebb and the flow, what's going on with the ObamaCare, the fight for ObamaCare. It seemed like there was a last-minute ditch effort to stop it. But still, it's not exactly over with yet, There's a lot of opposition to it. And I think the main opposition is going to start coming about when people actually have to pay for it, because the younger people are going to get really hit really hard with it. But it's not about that. It's all about control. It is all about control. And that's one of the reasons you have the precious metals, because it's something that they don't control. They don't control. It's outside, outside the market of beast, as we shall say, right? If it's electronic, it's the market of beast. If it's a precious metal, it's outside the market of beast. Whatever can I say? But all else you gotta say though. But it's like when we keep coming up with these new crises, it's almost like you think the sky's gonna fall, and then something doesn't happen. It's like the people with gold and silver keep telling you the sky's gonna fall every 2 freaking seconds, but you gotta remember. The sky is going to fall, man. The government is going to hit a crisis because they just can't keep this game up. We've seen some hints of this, and it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like deer hunting or some garbage, You're waiting, and, nothing happens. And all of a sudden, the opportunity happens. I don't know. That's exactly how it's going to be with your silver. Because in silver, when it takes off fast and hard and unexpectedly. It's one of the most unpredictable commodities out there. But, I would not expect it to think it's going to hit its record low, because, like I stated before, Goldman Sachs wouldn't be in gold right now. George Soros wouldn't be in the gold miners. JP Morgan wouldn't be in silver, long on silver. The 6 bullion banks wouldn't be long on gold right now. They've already been long on gold. they wouldn't be taking these positions. They wouldn't be taking losing positions. They'd be waiting. And usually when the mood is so negative, that's when things start turning around. But as always, it's gonna take off like a bat out of hell at the very end. And I do think the conflict in the Middle East is going to be the major catalyst that's going to bring it about. And I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be too far off, because I keep saying that. I thought it was like a lot of experts thought it was going to happen in late 2012, and already it's coming up late 2013. It still hasn't happened, but they're not getting their way in Syria just yet. And the whole game is this. Like I said, it's really, the conflict isn't really what you see it on the surface, what it is. It's a lot more to it than that. It's actually to create as much hate and tension in the world. And the global elite are basically looking to depopulate the world. That's what they're doing. That's what they're looking to do. And but they're doing it through a lot of different ways. But like I said, their control methods are electronic, and the way to avoid their control methods is through physical metals. That's the best thing you could think of. So, there's a plus side to that too. But it's almost like it's not easy to fight him back, because it's like you just can't sit on a metal and expect it to make a lot of money for you, because it doesn't produce anything. It doesn't produce any interest. It's going to only produce money, per se, when the dollar crashes. But, like I said, them, again, raising the debt ceiling as they have, again, what Goldman Sachs basically hints at what the hell it would really work for silver and gold is if they shut the government down and there's a major crisis. And it just may happen that way. Even though it looks like the crisis is over with, I swear to God, it's almost like you have this ebb and a flow. The crisis is almost here, and oh no, it didn't. It's not here. It's almost like the same stuff that's going on with the Middle East. The oil at least seems like it's going back down. The situation in Syria is cooled down. They're going to give up their supposed chemical weapons to the inspectors, and all of a sudden, things heat up again. But you could tell the trend is to more and more tensions, more and more tensions. So if you're actually in the metals, you're in the right spot. Although the real peak, I think, like I stated this many times before, I think there's going to be real blast off in 2014, and it's going to go to 72 to 75. And I'm thinking it's going to go below 50 after that, correct hard again. Maybe during that time of 2015, when they're talking about the 4 blood moons and all that type of stuff, I don't know if that's going to come about exactly to that timing, but the 7 years on the Hebrew calendar seems to be working very well for economic crises anyway. And 2017, 2018 might be the final real height of about $150 to $200 silver. So, and that's a hell of a big difference from what it is now. But the important thing is to consider is the money is outside the market of beast, is outside the electronic system. That's the best thing about it. And you got to figure in that's a major plus. That is a major plus. You want to have your money outside the market of beast, right? And that's the way I look at it. So you want to be as independent as possible, and that's one of the reasons you stick with the silver. So that's that simple.